Guys, Alex P Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog. This time we are out in the Abarth 695 Rivale. Drop top that kind of comes off and gives you a lot of aeration, which is really nice. But more importantly, it's a 695 Abarth. So DNA of Abarth, real true full on Abarth with 180 horsepower, 0 to 60 in below 6 seconds. Should be good fun. So yeah, let's get out on it and see what we think. So as it's a Rivale, it's a little bit more fancy. There's hints and bits of carbon fibre in here. You've got the really nice leather bucket seats, but they're not too bolstered up like most cars. Obviously I can stick my head out of the roof, feel the wind in my hair, and yeah, the rest of it's much like the other Abarths. Really nice place to be. What's the rear space like? Well, if you've ever driven one of these Abarths, the back it's almost more like a 2+2, or you can get small people in the back of here, but it is quite small. But I don't think most of the time we really care too much about that. One thing I will say is obviously don't expect a big boot, because look at it, it's a tiny little thing. But yeah, I don't know, you get enough in there, but it's yeah, not very big, but it's not what this car is all about. So yeah, we're in the Abarth 695C, convertible as such, or big open roof Rivale, equipped with 180 horsepower, an Akrapovic exhaust as well, which sounds absolutely amazing. I'll show you that now. So it's got a lovely 7-inch TFT display, really clear. I'll show you that in a moment as well, once we get it just out of the sun so you can see that. Four piston front calipers by Brembo as well, so really good brakes on here as well, and it's actually a really nice place to be. It's about 25,000 pounds on the road with options, and it's a little bit more wilder than your normal Abarth because it's 180 horsepower. Doesn't weigh a lot, so it should be pretty or epic. So unlike most, actually, we have got a key to put in the ignition. Let's check out the lovely area here, nice and airy. We're going to leave that open because it's actually a really nice fine day. Started cold, but yeah, nice little interior, nice cockpit and place to be. Yeah, no, so each of these, obviously 695 Rivales, are a limited edition. This one's number 863, so you get your nice little plaque there, nice little touch, and there's other things like USB, aux out. Fire it up, lovely exhaust note. I'll let you hear that from the back as well, that exhaust note from the Akrapovic exhaust. Give that a little rev. One of the other things I like about it is I love a lot of these Abarths, when they're a little bit more, when they have a little bit more tuning on, you really can hear the turbo through the back of the exhaust, which I really like. So yeah, let's crack on and let's enjoy. So there's a sat nav there as well, and I'm going to show you the screen. Press the sport mode, and then the whole thing gets a little bit more mad. The old G-force gauge comes on, and yeah, let's go and drive. So low down, you probably can hear that just out the back of that Akrapovic exhaust in sports mode. You can really hear that turbo whistle and the turbo spooling up out of the back of that exhaust, which I love the character of this. And it's even heightened by the fact that you've got a lovely huge opening here, and I really like it. I'm a massive fan of these Abarths, I have to say, and I say they really do impress me. The gauges all look really kind of it's got everything in front of you that you really need. And one of the other things I like as well, I love the position for how this car is set up for heel and toe as well. So yeah, exhaust notes really nice. The feedback through the steering wheel is really quite nice as well. So I'm just going to throw this round. Got it in sports. Let's get these front tyres nice and warm. Actually a pretty simple way to close and open this. Just up here we press these buttons and we'll close the roof. So let's go and give the car a little bit more of a push. Now we've got the roof shut so you can hear me. And for me, this car, it really comes alive when you give it some stick. 180 horsepower and that boost gauge spinning over to about 1.7 bar. You get light over this crest. No, the chassis takes it nicely. It's just a brilliant little balanced car. Test out this car's suspension and front end. I have to get the brakes off. And the exhaust note and the engine note is just absolutely sublime. It's brilliant. I mean, the 595 is a quick car and this 695 just takes on another notch. It's just brilliant. It's got such a good chassis and it's so much fun on the limit. It's just phenomenal, it really is. Lovely little gearbox, great traction. Hell of a lot of pull for a small little car. Gear changes, nice solid feel, just lovely communication through the steering wheel, and the chassis is just nicely poised. And when you really crack on this car, it comes into its own because it's got such a fantastic little chassis and it's so much fun. And yeah, it's just a cracking little motor. Do you know what? It's a real fun little weekend toy. And then when it's hot, but you can't hear me, open up the sunroof and enjoy the lovely weather, the cold air, and it feels so much more cooler in here now. It's just lovely. And then when you want power roof, and just close it up, and there you go. Sounds awesome as well, with that acropovic exhaust, but more stiffer sprung than some mildly sporty cars, but it feels more like a proper hot hatch, this car. The brakes are a little bit better than some of the other Abarth models, so it's got a really good set of Brembo full pots on the front of this, so really stops well. But one thing for me, the power of the motor now with 180 horsepower and a little chassis like this really moves the car really well. And not only that, it also allows you to kind of control the front end of this car even better on the throttle when you're really throwing it into a corner, because you've got more horsepower. That's why you can kind of really, the motors, it's so easy to get on song, it's so freely revving. It's a great little nice 4-pot motor with 180 horsepower, and the turbocharger on this is so well matched to this motor that you've got a really good broad power rev range, and when that needle sweeps round, when it tells you to shift, just shift, and the speed feels relentless. But the chassis, more than anything, is just fantastic. It really is, and it's a cracking car. And for the money, if it's one of those cars that kind of ticks the boxes, honestly guys, go and test drive drive one, because you will not be disappointed. It's just a cracking car. You can really throw it into a corner. Let's put it into this roundabout, and it just takes it all day long, but it's a really good little car. Yeah, absolutely superb. So that's the end of our vlog, and that's the end of our drive in the awesome 695C Rivale. I advise you go and test drive these cars, because they are really great cars. All they are range now, so really cool fun cars to drive. The steering input's really nice, great gearbox, and the sound is absolutely superb, and they're really surprising. But more than anything, with 180 horsepower, that car flies, and it's got a really awesome chassis that you can really exploit and throw around, and it really looks after you as well. Never felt untoward. I gave that some beans around those roads, and I gave it some stick, and I'll tell you what, it takes all day long, and you'll do hard push to have as much fun in a car like that, of anything in and around that price, to be honest with you. And they're brilliant cars, so I implore you, go and test drive one, because you will love it. And with 180 horsepower now, they are awesome. The 180 horsepower models are the ones that I'd have. 695C Rivale is an epic car. So yeah, been a great drive. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. As always, like, share, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now.